So you were married by the founder of Google, right? Or to the founder of Google, I should say.
One of them, yeah. There's two of them.
One of them. So you know, you got an insider look at Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So we have that. What you speak of when you talk about Silicon Valley, because you lived in the middle of Silicon Valley.
Yeah, I'm an AI entrepreneur. I had a faculty position at Stanford. I'm an intellectual property lawyer that went to
I just want to make sure that when you're talking about Silicon Valley, people know that you're essentially have an insider's view on Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of people, you're saying they're going to have to be incredibly diligent, insightful, critical. I think you're saying critical thinking. I don't think it's incredibly critical. We need to think. I think we need to do some cursory basic stuff. Like we could have done it with COVID. There was a lot of stuff being thrown out. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an educated person. But I kind of went, why are they so angry at ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine when they never heard of it before? Why the big push against it, And then I started saying to, Dr. Drew is hydroxychloroquine. He's like, it's really one of the only medications you can take while you're 9 months pregnant. I said, well, how dangerous could that be if you could take it? It's been around. How long's it been around? 70 years. Who takes it? Everyone who goes to Africa and everyone in Africa. And I'm like, and it's a killer or ivermectin's horse paste? Like this, it didn't take a great critical mind to blow the lid off of this ruse. It was more just like, this doesn't make sense.
I would say the line of questioning you just engaged in compared to what I see in Silicon Valley is actually great critical thinking.
Oh, wow.
It is, this is what I have seen, and I've heard people starting to remark on it. I'm really happy to hear people remarking on it. But some of the people who still have fallen victim to some of these lies around COVID, who still believe it, who still walk around in Silicon Valley, we have one of the highest rates of outdoor mask wearing. Still.
That's good.
So just because you've got 3 degrees and you are licensed to practice medicine from one of the highest institutions in our country does not actually mean that you are brave enough to think outside of the consensus.
Yeah, agreed.
And so when I say something like above average critical thinking, I mean, that was pretty useless of me to say. What I meant to say is bravery to question common popular consensus.
So, what Kamala Harris does and how she speaks and the words she chooses seem very apparently easy to decipher and to sort of immediately rule out her being bright and authentic, right? So it all sounds so, but I mean, it was weird because I guess we just went through it with Joe Biden. So, for 3 years I've been going, what's wrong with this guy? Something's wrong with him. He's off. He's cognitively off. What are you talking about? And everyone's like, what are you talking about? He's got a stutter from childhood. And I'd go, I'm not talking about stuttering. I'm talking about he's screwing up everyone's name. He's having a cognitive issue. And everyone's looking at me going, I don't know what you're talking about. And so Kamala Harris comes down the pike, and I am issue-oriented, let's just say. I'm sort of policy-oriented. Yeah. But I'm not uptight. Like, I'm all for gay marriage and pot and whatever.
I'm a liberal, too.
I'm an atheist. Yeah, I'm an atheist from California. I was a liberal... I'm a liberal dude from California, I'm not religious. I don't own a gun. I don't own a Bible. I don't have anything. I just sort of call balls and strikes, and I'd like the border tightened up, not because I'm xenophobic, just because it seems like the border's open and there's people coming in who could do us harm, or financial harm or physical harm, and we should go ahead and keep track of that. Like it's a pretty simple thought.